This tutorial focuses on the assessments for Digital 4. In total, there are 2 assessments. The first assessment will look at a digital marketing plan, and the second one will focus on implementing that plan. So really, the 2 assessments are part A and part B of the one assessment, where in the first one, you put out your plan and your strategy for your campaign, and in the second one, you implement it, or you do what you said you're going to do in assignment 1. So looking at assignment 1, as I said, it's a digital marketing campaign. It's all about the creation of a digital marketing campaign. So in this phase, we're really looking at analysing and creating a strategy for your campaign. So the first thing you got to do is, the title here, create a digital marketing plan to include an individual SEO audit for hospitality, tourism, leisure or enterprise or event enterprise of your choice. Now that's very important. It's up to you to decide on what you want to focus on. This could be a real company that's already in place. It could be something you're thinking about doing, or it could be, a synopsis of other things as well. So what you've got to do is come up with a concept that you want to create a digital marketing campaign for. I'll just talk about a couple of things here for a second. The actual enterprise, it could be anything really. It could be like, over the last year, we had people creating digital marketing campaigns for the Famine Way, for Dublin by Day, even Grangegorman Yums, which looks at eateries around the Grangegorman campus. Others looked at the Pierce Lyons Distillery, which is a real distillery in Dublin. Romance in Dublin, which is looking at maybe places to go and for romance and maybe first dates or whatever the case might be. The Dunleary Farmers Market was another concept that people designed a campaign for. Foodies for Uni, which is places for students to eat with maybe at discounted rates and so on. Sustainable living. There's lots of different ones. Even over the past couple of years, one guy a couple of years ago was mad into cycling, and he did his whole marketing campaign was based around Sligo as a destination for cyclists, and maybe for weekends or weeks away or whatever the case might be. So there's lots of different concepts that you can create here. Okay, and it's up to you to come up with that. And what I want you to do is as an individual or a group to email me your topic no later than week 4. Okay, and I'll approve it at that stage, and you can then get cracking on your assignment. So the earlier the better. Okay, this is a group assignment with a maximum of 4 people in the group. What that actually means is, if you want to, you can do it as an individual, you can do it as a group of 2, 3 or 4. It's up to you to decide on that. So again, when you send me your assignment for approval on week 4, I will hopefully see whether you're a group or an individual and who's in your group, etc. Okay. Assignment 1 must be completed by November the 3rd. And I'll talk a lot more in detail throughout the first maybe 8 or 10 tutorials, all about what goes into assignment 1 and what's expected. On the website, there's also examples of previous assignments, and you can look at those. And as I said before, they're actually very good assignments and give you an idea of the structure and layout that you need to follow in order to complete this assignment. What I will also do is, when you submit your assignment on November the 3rd, I will correct it and get it back to you within a week, and you can resubmit that assignment anytime up until the final day of this course. Okay, now you don't have to resubmit it, but whatever mark you achieve in the first one, you can't get worse than that. So just say you got 55% in the first assignment. When you resubmit it, even if your resubmission is worse than your first one, you will not get any less than 55%. The whole idea of that is to encourage people to try to improve their plans and trying to improve their their marketing plan for the entirety of the project. Okay. Treat it something like you would with a thesis, in that, I'm supervising, I'm looking at this, I'm encouraging you to improve on it, but also I'll give you direction on how to improve on it. So, and you can, as I said, resubmit that anytime up until the final date of the module. You can only resubmit it once, so you can't keep resubmitting it until you get 100% or anything like that. Assignment 1 is worth 50% of the marks allocated for this module. And as it says on the bottom here, if the subject of your assignment, if the concept that you come up with already has an appropriate digital marketing plan and channels, avoid it. Okay, so I don't want somebody turning around and saying, I'm going to create a digital marketing plan for Glastonbury, when they already have an excellent one in place. Okay, so there's no point in that. I don't want somebody saying, oh, I'm going to change a little bit of content, or I'm going to change a little bit of design. It's not a little bit of a touch up here we want, it's complete overhaul of their campaign. Okay, so that's assignment 1. The marketing scheme is also on your assignment as well, and you can see the breakdown of the different areas that you're expected to deal with. Okay. With all of my assignments, if there's a group involved, I will also include a moderation form. Now, it's up to you as to whether you want to submit one or not, but just say there was 3 people in your group and one person didn't work as hard as the other 2 and everybody agreed with that. What you could do is, obviously, if there's 3 people in your group, your moderated percentage has got to add up to 300%. So, but just say 2 people worked a little bit harder than the third person. The first 2 people might get 110% each, and the third person might get 80%. So it all adds up to 300%. But 2 people in the group will get a stronger mark than a moderated mark than the other person. Assignment 2. Assignment 2 is fairly straightforward. All you're going to do in assignment 2 is do exactly what you said you were going to do in assignment 1. So whatever you plan to do in assignment 1 for the concept that you've chosen, you will go and implement it for the different channels that you've chosen in assignment 2. So really, assignment 1, there's a huge written element. In assignment 2, there isn't. It's a huge creative element, with regards to, you will submit links to the different channels that you created. The only channel that is required is a website, and all the other channels are of your choice. So it depends on your concept and the aims and objectives of what you decided to do as to which channel will be most appropriate to achieving those aims. So, but I will expect all of you to create a website. We will be using Wix to do that, which is a fairly simple plug and play scenario. So there's no huge skill required in creating the actual channel. It's the maintaining it and the populating it and the content on it that I'm really interested in. Okay, so again, as I said, assignment 1 is definitely connected to assignment 2 with regards to your in assignment 1 you're planning what you're going to do. In assignment 2 you're actually conducting that and carrying it out. Okay, so again, the same groups will be expected to carry out that. And assignment 2 is due on the 10th of December. And again, it's worth the other 50% of this particular module. So that's the overhaul of all of those. The breakdown of the marks are also included on the assessment with regards to the mark allocation. And again, there is a moderated form there if needs be. You don't need to submit one if you don't want to. Okay. So just to recap, assignment 1 is all about your digital marketing plan, creating a digital marketing plan. And assignment 2 is creating the channels that you've decided to implement in assignment 1. So assignment 1 is worth 50% of the module, and assignment 2 is worth 50%. Maximum group of 4. And as I said, you can do it as an individual if you want to, or 2, 3, or 4 in a group. And finally, the assignment 1 is due on the 3rd of November, and assignment 2 is due on the 10th of November. And just to reiterate that once you submit assignment 1, I will get it back to you normally within a week, and you can resubmit that assignment at any stage you want up until the 10th of December.